back to GF, Toronto Maple Leafs weekly recap. And they actually had a winning record this week, so that's good. I like the puck. This is one of those grizzled veteran type pucks. So, birthday's tomorrow, but they gave me an early birthday present. Them and the Cowboys. Raptors, hey man, they won 9 in a row. They lost tonight, but who cares? 9 in a row, I think the Leafs would take that. But let's get into it. 2-1 overtime win Wednesday at Columbus. Tight game, Joe Wall. Again, Joe Wall covering up a lot of defensive miscues, but they get it. 2-1. Capitals, Friday, Black Friday. They're up 2-0, but they're not getting shots, and this has been a theme. You know, after 2 periods, they have like 8 shots, 9 shots. What the fuck is that? So eventually bit them in the ass. They had a 2-0 lead. They eventually blew it, and those are the losses why they're going to be in a fight to make the playoffs. But tonight, 7-2 against the Penguins. Let's pan in here. Tonight was a slump buster night for a lot of guys. Joshua on the board. It was a bad goal. Max Domi, after being a healthy scratch, and deserved to be a healthy scratch, back on the top line with Matthews. They had themselves a game. Great defensive play. Just pickpocketed the guy Robertson in. Snipe show. Needed that. Easton Cowan. Who's been talking about Easton Cowan? Guys, like I said, I love all the influencers that cover the Leafs. I'm just 5 steps ahead. That's how it is. I said it about Robertson years ago. Nobody listened, and now look at what's happening. Easton Cowan. By the way, we traded Sandin, and the pick that we got was for Easton Cowan. By far, Brad Treliving's #1 move as a GM, and we need more of those to get to work. But, yeah, Easton Cowan's doing his thing. He does not need to go to the minors. Fuck the size and all this bullshit. When you can play, look at Cole Caulfield. You're sticking with Suzuki, let him go to work, let him develop. Talk to me after 4 years. That's how it is. Look at Slafkovsky, 10 points, and he's still in the top 6. And even if they don't drop him down to the second line, you're playing with Demidov. You have to play those guys in the top 6. As soon as you start giving them this 3rd line, 4th line role, you've ruined them and it's over. And I get it. The player has a big say in it, but the coaches have to stick talent with talent and plumbers with plumbers, and that's how it goes. But anyway, who else here? Troy Stetcher had an assist. Good for him. Not that we need him for that. OEL turning back the clock. He did leave the game. Cannot afford to lose him. Bobby McMahon with a deflection. So either way, don't need that anymore. It's the Penguins. The Penguins, they're starting to unravel a little bit. That was one of the worst goaltending performances I've seen between Shilovs and Jari. But good for the Leafs. Some things haven't gone their way. At the end of the day, it's sports. No one's going to give a fuck about the injuries, the slumps, and everything. So they're 11-11-3. But again, you got to start winning more weeks. They've lost 2 weeks in a row. This week they were 2-1. This week coming up at Florida, and then I believe at Carolina, and then at home Saturday Montreal, and you owe Montreal for when I was in Montreal, and you got shellacked, which I told you they would. But I don't think they'll get shellacked in that home game. They have to respond. They need to fight and be physical. And again, you got to keep winning the weeks. You got to go 2-1 or 3-1 or 2-0-1 or some combination 2-1-1. Depending on if it's a 3-game week or 4-game week. But GF turns 42 in a few hours. The Leafs gave me what I wanted, but long way to go. Go Leafs, go.